In a lively neighborhood in the heart of Ibadan, Mama Titi and Mama Dele lived as neighbors. Their houses stood side by side, and despite their different approaches to parenting, they were the best of friends. Mama Titi was strict and firm, always setting clear rules for her daughter. Mama Dele, on the other hand, was more relaxed and believed in allowing her son to learn from experience. Both women worked tirelessly as traders in the local market, which meant they had little time to monitor their children closely. Titi and Dele, both 12 years old, had been friends since birth. They did everything together, playing, studying, and even running errands. The sound of their laughter often echoed through the compound as they chased each other in the yard, full of energy and excitement. One evening, as they sat eating dinner, Dele turned to his mother. "Mama, I need a phone," he said, his voice filled with eagerness. "Almost everyone in my class has one. I feel left out." Mama Dele paused, her spoon halfway to her mouth. "A phone? Dele, don't you think you're too young for that?" "But Mama, it's not just for games," Dele argued, his big, hopeful eyes staring at her. "I can use it to study too." Mama Dele sighed, unsure if her son was ready for such responsibility. She decided to test him. "If you can come first in your class this term, I'll buy you a phone, but only if you prove you deserve it." Dale's face lit up with excitement. From that day, he studied harder than ever, determined to win the prize. Even Titi noticed the change. "You're really serious about this phone, aren't you?" she teased one evening as they worked on a math assignment together. "I'll show Mama I can do it," Dele replied confidently. When the term ended, Dele came home beaming, clutching his report card. "Mama, look, first position," he announced proudly. Mama Dele was overjoyed. True to her word, she bought him a sleek new phone. It was more advanced than anything Dele had imagined, and he was thrilled. He quickly learned how to use it, exploring its features with curiosity. Soon, it became his favorite possession. He played games, watched cartoons, and surfed the internet. Titi often joined him, and together they spent hours laughing at funny videos and discovering new apps. One afternoon, as they sat in Dele's room, he scrolled through his phone. "Let's see what else we can find," he said, his eyes scanning the screen. Titi nodded. "This phone has so many things." Their innocent exploration led them down an unexpected path. As they scrolled, Dele clicked on an unfamiliar icon. The screen filled with videos different from the cartoons they usually watched. Dele tapped on one out of curiosity, and it began to play. The content was strange, adults behaving in ways they did not understand. Titi frowned. "What are they doing?" Dele hesitated, his eyebrows furrowed. "I think it's something adults do. I've heard the older boys at school talk about things like this." "It feels wrong," Titi whispered, shifting uncomfortably. Dele shrugged, unable to look away. "It's just a video. We aren't doing anything bad." But deep down, they felt uneasy. Despite that, curiosity got the best of them, and they continued watching. One video led to another, then another. Before they knew it, it had become a habit. Every time their mothers were at the market, they would sneak into Dele's room to explore the forbidden content. Over time, their friendship changed. They no longer played outside or studied together as they once did. Their conversations revolved around the videos, and they became more secretive. One day, Titi turned to Dele. "Do you think it's bad that we're watching these?" Dele shifted uncomfortably. "It's just videos, Titi. We're not doing anything wrong." "But what if our mothers find out?" Dale's expression hardened. "They won't. We just have to keep it a secret." Titi nodded, but her unease grew with each passing day. Then one afternoon, she said something that shocked Dele. "What if we try doing what they're doing in the videos?" Dele froze. "What? No, that's not a good idea, Titi." "But why not? If it's something adults do, maybe we can understand it better." Dele shook his head, his heart pounding. "I don't think it's right. What if we get caught?" Titi wouldn't let the idea go. Her curiosity was stronger than her fear, and she kept pushing until Dele reluctantly agreed. The first time they tried, it didn't go well. Titi felt pain and quickly told Dele to stop. She ran out of the room, she avoided tears Dele, streaming down refusing her face. To talk to him. He felt terrible and wanted to apologize, but didn't know how. Finally, he approached her at school. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "I shouldn't have agreed." Titi hesitated before nodding. "It's okay, let's just forget about it." their friendship slowly returned to normal, but something between them had changed. Then one day, Titi surprised Dele again. "I think we should try again," she said bluntly. Dale stared at her in disbelief. "Titi, no. This time will be different. Please, Dele, don't disappoint me." His heart sank. He didn't want to say yes, but he also didn't want to upset her. Reluctantly, he agreed. One day after school, they stayed behind in an empty classroom. The school was quiet, with most students and teachers gone. Titi looked at Dele with determination. "Are you sure about this?" Dele whispered nervously. Titi nodded. "We'll be quick. No one will know." Just as they were about to start, footsteps echoed in the corridor. Someone was coming. "Run!" Dale whispered urgently. They bolted out of the room, their hearts pounding. It was the school security guard making his rounds. Fortunately, he didn't see them, but the close call left them shaken. That evening, back home, Titi turned to Dele. "We have to try again, but at home." Dele hesitated. "What if someone catches us?" "No one's home," she insisted. "Our mothers won't be back for hours." Reluctantly, Dele agreed. They locked themselves in his room, but just as they were about to begin, the front door creaked open. "Dele, are you home?" Mama Dele's voice called out. Panic set in. They scrambled to compose themselves. Mama Dele knocked on the door. "Why is this door locked?" When they finally opened it, Mama Dele's sharp eyes scanned the room. "What's going on?" Titi looked down, unable to speak. Dele stammered, trying to think of an excuse, but his mother wasn't convinced. "Both of you, sit down. Now, tell me the truth." With trembling voices, they confessed everything. The videos, their curiosity, and their actions. Mama Dele listened in shock. A deep wave of guilt washed over her. How had she missed this? She went to tell Mama Titi. When Mama Titi heard, she turned pale. "This is Titi's fault," she snapped. "She's leading Dele astray." Mama Dele shook her head. "No, they're both responsible. We need to guide them." The mothers had a long talk with their children, explaining why what they did was wrong. They sought professional help and became more involved in their children's lives. But despite their efforts, the friendship between the families was never the same. Mama Titi eventually moved away, hoping for a fresh start. Dele watched her leave, a hard lesson learned that day, one he would never forget.